Okay, so today let's try to solve LeetCode problem 56, merge intervals. Given a collection of intervals, merge all the overlapping intervals. So we are given two examples, and let's take a look at the first example. We are given interval 1 to 3, 2 to 6, 8 to 10, 15 to 18, and the output is 1 to 6 and 8 to 10 and 15 to 18. How this result is calculated, let's take a look. So the intervals are 1 to 3, and then 2 to 6, and the next interval is 8 to 10, and the last interval is 15 to 18, right? So as we can see, the first two intervals have overlapping area 2 to 3, right? So we just merge them together. And since that we don't have any overlapping between any two intervals, and that is how our output is calculated. So I think to solve this problem, what we can do is we first to sort this interval array based on its start value. So let's say 1 is its start value, and the 3 is its end value. So we sort all the intervals by the start value. And then we check every two intervals at a time. Anytime we found the overlapping area, we merge them together. If not, we just put it as an independent interval to our result. Right? Like 8 and 10, we don't have any overlapping interval, so we put n10 into the result. This is I think let's code it. So let's first check some corner cases. Let's first define a result list. Okay, if our interval array is null or has size 0, we just simply return the result. Right? And then we just iterate every interval and merge them if possible. The first thing we need to put our we need to sort our interval by using the start value, right? And so this is how we sort the intervals by using the start value. And then we put our first interval into the result. And then after that, we just iterate the intervals array and merge them one by one. So regarding how we merge them for any two intervals, how we know there is an overlapping area? We basically check these two numbers, the end value of the previous interval and the start value of our current interval, right? If the start value of the current interval is less or equal than the previous end value, we know there is an overlapping, and then we merge them together. Okay? Last interval. We get it from our list. And our current interval we get it from the array. Right? And also when we find there is overlapping, how we merge them, we just need to compare the two end values and use the greater value as our final end value. What I mean is, like, when we have two intervals have overlapping area, there are two cases. The first one is something like this. So in this case, our end value should be updated with this one, right? In the second case, we may have such a case, and we need to use the first end value as our final end value. Okay, so with that in mind, let's implement our code. So first we check whether the overlapping area exists. So last interval end value is greater or equal than our current interval's start value. We know there is an overlapping area, and then we just need to update our end value. With our current interval and in end value, right? Okay. If we don't find the overlapping intervals, we just simply add it to the result. Eventually we return our result. Let's compile the code. Yeah, it works. And the time complexity of the solution, so this is just a linear search, so it has O(n) time complexity, but since we did a sort previously, so this is gonna be a n log n solution. N is the number of intervals in this input. Yeah, that's it.